Hey everyone, welcome to another Tuesday evening, and thanks for joining me in uh, building a Lego Captain Jack Sparrow, the fourth uh, edition, fourth live stream of this. Tonight, hopefully, if all goes well, we should be halfway through all the numbered bags by the end of the 2 hours. So last week, started getting some of the main deck done, some of the railings put on, the bow of the ship started taking some better shape, and all that. Got all the cannon ports covers, and that's working. Was having an issue with some of them sticking, but not now. I don't know what it was. Just could have been the way it was setting. I tried looked at everything that Howard mentioned, tried making sure they're all snapped together, but they all were together and seem to be working fine now. So let's see, who do we got tonight? We got Jody. How we doing, Jody? I enjoyed your Optimus build today, Will. I noticed Will had commented earlier, but I do not see it now. Don't know what happened. Will is from the UK and is probably sleeping at the time being, so he won't be in. Tim is here. He says, hoist a missing sail and put your backs into it. And he says, while you're at it, swab the decks and clean up the captain's mess. And it sounds like he had a blowout from all the fish and rum you devoured earlier. Dawn from Misadventures and Scale Modeling is here. Hi, how we doing, Dawn? Helen's here, saying hi. Stephen Haynes is here, saying hi to everyone. Hey, Trent, thanks for joining. Good to see everyone. Glad you all could make it. Hope to entertain y'all. No need to apologize, Stephen. You're here. That's what counts. So, with that, I do want to apologize for, again, for what happened last week and not catching it sooner. Hopefully, some of the people I added as moderators will show up so they will be able to look at YouTube and catch it faster for me. But we shall see. If not, I'll have to ask a couple other people if they want to do that for me. So hopefully we don't have that rudeness again tonight. So with that, we're going to jump into pack number 9. Bag number 9. And we're also going to do some trivia on Legos, period. Got some of that set up for doing here. Unfortunately, I do not have multiple choice questions. This is, you either know it or you don't, but if you want to Google it, I'll definitely give you enough time to do that. So yep. Hey, Jody. Saw you commented earlier. And all that good stuff. So one question for you guys. Can you guys still see Will's comment? I know Helen said she couldn't see it. Saw it at first, but then she went back in and it was gone. Don't know what happened. Can't find it anywhere. Jody's here, says, Avast ye scurvy dogs. That be a fair looking vessel you're building, Nar. When does she launch? Not for probably a few weeks. When she's a complete. She might take on a little water if the rough seas are rough enough. Don's got his answer to the trivia questions already. Seth MacFarlane. And you're more than willing to swag a guess. Because I know that's what you're doing anyway, Tim. Don says negative. That's to the Will. No, not from Will. That was because I saw his comment earlier that he just wanted to drop a like and everything and that he wouldn't be able to make it, and it disappeared. Don't know what happened. And Howard's here. It's okay. Never fear. I is here. My building partner in the background from Michigan. My silent partner for this. But he does help quite a bit. So, makes recommendations. He's got more experience with the Legos than I do. I've done Legos, but mainly with the grandson. And some of those, it's been a while because we don't get to see him quite as often. He was up here during COVID pretty much the whole time since he had to be remote learning is what they call it. Right, that'll sit in there. And these, what? Oh, I know. That runs it back and forth. That. What did I miss already? Did I miss 2 parts? No. That is interesting. Because that shows in the directions that these pieces should be up here then. Oh. I forgot this. How did I miss that? Don't know. But I doed it. I fingered it out though. So, yeah. Let's see. Don says YouTube hates Will too. Yeah, that was strange that I saw his comment earlier even before I joined on YouTube, and then I got in here and don't see a darn thing. So I don't know what the heck. Howard says they reset the comments before the stream starts now. Well, he was in here quite early, so very possible. Howard says, oh, I could be on voice. Yes, you could, but we'll be all right here, I think. Maybe at some point I'll bring you on as a guest. And yes, stage 9 is, or bag 9 is a light stage. Let's see. So let's get started here with the trivia. And actually, I'm going to make, oh no, I'll keep them separate, even though they're related. First question is, what was the first Lego product line aimed at younger children? Give you guys a few minutes to catch up on that. Scroll down. There. The mechanism to help turn the rudder. Very nice, very nice. Now we're getting to the good part. Is that? Nope. Nothing goes on top. Starting to get into the bottles of rum. Woohoo! Some of the good stuff. And all right. No drinking and sailing. But it's Captain Jack. He doesn't listen, so he does what he wants. Okay, that doesn't matter. Two of these. And one of those. That'll go right there. Make sure I get the right one. There. Looks like we're getting the rudder built here. As soon as I get this done, we will go all right, let's see. So Okay, Howard says he knows about the comments because he was watching Kevin and Mark's mods on Sunday, and they were talking about how that was changed by YouTube. Yeah, must have recently changed because Will left a comment real early last week as well, and it was still here. So we'll get to the trivia question. What was the first Lego product line aimed at younger children? Jody says Duplo. Don with his standard answer, Seth. Howard says Duplo. Steven says Duplo. Don replied again with McFarland. He's trying to rack up those points. And Howard says, but his folks sent him directly to Technic Sets. Tim says, I just purchased a Lego Technic 42009 mobile crane from Amazon today, so I'll have something to do with when he's at his son and daughter-in-law's next week. Nice. That'll keep you out of trouble for a little bit. Tim says Duplo. Yeah, Helen says there were other comments, first two or three before the stream started, that are still showing on here now. Don says grog. Rum, grog. Your alcohol of choice. I'm not surprised you're confused, Tim. That's standard. Helen giving Tim a ribbon, saying that didn't take much. And of course, he's trying to say he's talking about me, but we all know better. And the correct answer to the trivia is Duplo. So, in relation to Duplo blocks, in which year was the Lego Duplo line introduced? That is the second trivia question. Time to mount the rudder. Let's see if I can do this without... Sorry if I'm off screen. The rudder wants to keep turning on me. So it's giving me fits. There we go. Come on. There we go. She be on now. Just trying to get the grooves on the post and the grooves in the rudder part lined up on the rudder. Just kept turning it on me. So no, that ain't. This is the one I want. Excuse me. And I will build the linkage to the rudder, the ship's wheel. That looks correct. That'll go there. That'll. There we go. And the rudder will turn. Eventually the ship's wheel will be mounted up here somewhere. Nice little feature. Having the rudder actually work. Did the test, yes. And I need 4 of these. Hand cramp. Oh, put them on the right way, dummy. Don't put those on with the little studs pointed towards the inside of the ship. They won't go on right. Turn them around and they will. So let's that. There. It's there. So how's everyone's week going so far? I know it's early, only 2 days in, but hope everyone's having a good week so far. Mine's not too bad. Busy, of course, but it is what it is. As the motto at our work says, it all pays the same. So, all right. Let's see. Tim says second Tuesday of last week. Yep. So the question was, in which year was the Lego Duplo line introduced? Howard says 1969. It was before me. Stephen Haynes, 1969, I think. Tim says, sounds like a personal problem. Well, yeah, you have those too. Trent says 1969 question mark. It's as old as I am. Come on. Howard says, I was 7 when I got my first sets of Legos and still have those parts. I should look up if I can find the instructions or see if they're on the website. It was a tractor. And he says, yeah, I've been around a long time. Stephen Haynes says he was born in 62. Howard says his week has started out better than last week with the shit he had last week. Jody says him and Mary are feeling good. So glad you guys are feeling good. Glad to hear you're both doing better. Let's see. Howard says, my God, you guys are all old with a bunch of old people. Yep. Well, I was born in 66, so I actually have a birthday coming up 2 weeks from this coming Thursday. Trent says, glad you're both feeling better, Jody. And Jody says 1970. The answer is 1969. Ew. And Jody says, thank you, Trent. Hold on 1 second, guys. All right, sorry. Boss texted me. Apparently, there's a crisis at work. He said I can wait till after stream, which is nice of him. So, all right. Oops. I forgot support. I forgot support. What'd you let me do that for? Howard, you were supposed to be watching. There we go. Much better. I knew that part couldn't be extra for another linkage section. All right. Oh, 2 small bags. This bag looks to be a little bit more detailed. All right. Looks like we get to build cotton in this one too, I believe. That's what it looks like. All right, let's see. Dash says he's on bag 10 as well. Nice. Helen says 1969 was a great year. It's when she was created. Not born, created. And Howard says, oh, yay, we get Jody and Tori. Talking about Cotton and the Parrot. Yep. There you go. There's Tori. Not quite the same, but close enough. Okay. There's his body. So far, the other minifigs that we've done have had 2 faces. Cotton only has 1. So that's a little different for in this set. He's only got 1, and so far the 3 others have 2. I need to find his legs. Oh no, poor Cotton doesn't have legs. There they are. Come on. There we go. And don't forget Cotton's blunderbuss. We'll set him off out here on the side. Oop. He doesn't want to stand up. There. Got to lean him back a little bit. Parrot kind of weighs them down. Makes them want to tip over. So we got that. We got that one. Nope, the wrong one. Nope, grab the right piece. So I think this is part of the captain's quarters, if I'm correct. I believe so. The captain's cabin. So that's step 223 done. Let's see. Hey! Tim's to Helen says, who are you? The Count from Sesame Street. And Jody says, hi, pretty bird. Howard, probably because Cotton only has one book. Every time you see him, he's always angry. Hey, Donnie, welcome. Glad to see you. As you can see, Donnie, you're a moderator, so if you see anything like last week, I'm hoping you will catch it for me. Trent saying hey to Donnie. Howard says, no cheating, Donnie. No kicking me out of the stream because I'm ahead of Keith in building. Yep, I'm not racing, so no way. No big deal, Howard. Howard says, by the way, there's 13 people and only 5 likes. Come on, people. Everyone's saying hey to Donnie. Hope you had a good day, Donnie. Okay. Goes that way. Need to pay attention to this. Make sure the orientation of the part follows the directions. Okay, now I got to do a sub-assembly. And here we are. You were just right here. Where'd you go? Oh. All right, there we go. So, in the meantime, we are going to get another trivia question going here. So I get this piece assembled and placed. There we go. Put that up a little bit. All right. Next trivia question. Which Lego theme was introduced in 1977 to emulate complex machinery. Oh, Donnie says they're back on 8-hour shifts because of the aluminum plant that caught on fire. Didn't hear about the aluminum plant fire. All right, time to make another one for the mirror of this one, the one we just built. Get on there. You go right there. So that's done. I need 2 of these. One of those. Pay attention to the parts. I got a couple things here, but these are pointed the wrong direction from what I need. The little clip part there pointed the other way. I need the one that points straight up and down along with the stud. So make sure you pay attention to that. Little idiosyncrasy in the parts there. I did have to pull this apart when I placed the other side. It was leaning in a little bit and the blocks didn't want to lock together. So I had to push this section up a little bit to get them to lock. So now we're on to step 226. See first. It goes there. It goes there. That's why I double checked first. Didn't think I had put these brown pieces in the right spot. One more arch piece. And we'll take this, put you out at the end. Step 226 is done. One more arch piece. Go on here. Step 227 done. Before I move on, we'll catch up here. And Helen says, Tim, you know I'm the Grinch bitch. And then also, welcome guys. Good to see you all hanging out here. And Don is asking Donnie, why did you do that, other Don? So answering the trivia question, Jody says Technics. Tim says Technic. Howard says Technic. Don says McFarland Brick Company. Howard says, I thought maybe it was the bomb factory down there in Tennessee. And I have no clue what Tim's talking about. Amir, you are a dictator or just a dictator. Howard says, step 228. Those are parts that could come off easy. Be careful moving it around. Will do. Thank you for the heads up, Howard. So that's no more answers to the trivia. So the answer to which Lego theme was introduced in 1977 to emulate complex machinery, it is Lego Technique. So everyone that answered got it right except for Don, who says McFarland Brick Company. Don says it's in New York. They apparently supplied sheet aluminum to a lot of U.S. auto factories. There's a possibility of some down days too. Oh, good, but not good, because that means no pay, right, Donnie? And Donnie says, no, Howard, the bomb factory didn't affect Nissan, but it was a huge explosion. Yes, it was. Let's see. 2 of these. Come on. Oh, I see what you mean, Howard. They're only out hanging on there by one stud. They definitely could come off easy. Put the piece on the right side, dummy. So what Howard's talking about is here, you got these two pieces that I just put together, and they just mount on that single green stud. So yeah, they could get knocked off pretty easy. $229. That was an easy step. Let's see, what do I need here? This. And one of the barrels. And on top of that, one of those. And white piece. Let's build a sub-assembly. That goes right there. This piece comes right over there. That barrel piece goes there. Little bridge piece. And another bridge piece. Oop. So that's 234 through 237 done. Goes right there. Step 238 is done. That does angle out. Back side here does not clip onto anything. It does angle, as you can see. The little black 90-degree locks it out into place. So that, one of these. One of those. Not quite sure what we're building here yet. We'll find out. It might be the stairs. Yeah, that's what it looks like. I bet you it's this. Oh, excuse me. Bet you it's stairs. There we go. So step 240 done. And that goes right there. Step 241 is done. And now we're going to build the mirror side. Starboard side's done. We're going to build the port side now. That. Too many notifications. Now to build a sub-assembly. Before we move on, we go. She be hiding. Goes right there. Yep. So that's 246 through 249. We'll turn the ship around. Oops. All right, come on, get in there. Need to be careful how you pick it up. Big dummy. Tore the railing off, not being careful. So Donnie says if we want to get paid, we need to take personal time. That stinks. That definitely stinks, Donnie. Yep, so 250 and 251 are done, making sure that piece lays out. Now we'll build the steps on the other side. For the port side. Doo-doo. Three. Let's see. Those are done. So that goes right there. So that'll keep that piece from swinging out. And top step. And that. So 253 is done. Let's catch up on comments. Don says, that sucks, other Don. Tim says, you know the first sign of going crazy is talking to yourself. No. The first sign of going crazy is answering yourself. Howard says, step 239, that angle part needs to be stuck in that gray parts hole. That's not how it appeared to me, Howard. So, I don't know. We'll see. But appears to be right the way I have it, so I'm not sure. We'll see who's right and who's wrong. Howard says, yes, hold it from the bottom as you build it up on those areas. Yep, just not thinking. Tim says, battle damage. Yes, it was. Now it says, oh well, then I must have been crazy since I've been about 2. And Buck's here. Hey, how we doing, Buck? Good to see ya. Glad you could make it. Helen saying hey to Buck. Tim says no, that's the second sign. And Buck says no, the parts hole. Howard says you did it correct. And Buck and Don saying hi to each other. So, got the steps done. That's done. Yep, 253 is done. So, I'll do this twice. According to the directions. Or as Buck calls them, suggestions. Just go there. One on each side. What next? Goes through there. Looks like we're building a ship's wheel now. Let me see. She works. She works. She works. One on each side. What time we got? Oh, not even an hour in. We're doing good. We're doing good. The fun part will be when I get the lights to put in this and see what I have to tear apart. Come on. Get on there. You can do it. Buck says loose suggestions, more like guidelines. And Buck's having trouble typing tonight. Tim says disconfusions. Buck says, okay, I need to stop typing, LOL. And he wants to know, does anyone else smell burnt toast? Don says, all the time, LOL. The white part. Oh, yep. Thank you. Thank you, Howard. I can fix that easy. There we go. I would have looked at that at the end and like, I know that can't be a spare part. Thank you, sir. I stopped. I got it. I got it. Thank you again, Howard. And Donnie says, Buck, what have you been drinking, or do you have any more? So, all right, let's see. Um, Next trivia question. What is the name of the Lego robotics line introduced in 1999? Well, I can fix that still too, Howard. Uh, Thanks for keeping an eye out on me. There. Much better. All right. I think part of the problem is wondering what the hell's going on at work that my boss is letting me do this before I have to call him. At least he's cool enough to know and lets me do this. And of course, it's probably a crisis. It's not our freaking problem, which is typical. But once I'm done here, I'll have to call him back and find out what's going on. Right, so that got, oh, excuse me, must be something I ate. Got a little bit of indigestion. And that goes right there. That's through 263 done. Right? Now those go on there. No, they don't go on there, dummy. I go like that. They hook up top. Yep. All right, let's see here. That looks a good. Put that piece there. Once I get done here, I'll get caught up on some chat. There we go. All right, let's see. So, starting to answer the question. Buck says Bionicle. Howard says Mindstorm. Don says Seth MacFarlane Robotics. Howard giving thumbs up. Helen says Mindstorm. Donnie says, oh, I just noticed Don has a number. To be honest, no, I really don't want to know, but I am on call, so I do have to call him back, unfortunately. So I'm going to find out one way or the other. Tim says, you must be blind in one eye and can't see out the other. That is very possible. And Don and Donnie are going back and forth. Nah, 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 nah. And Donnie says, piss off, other Don. And Kenneth is here. Hey, Kenneth. How we doing? Good to see ya. Glad you could make it. Uh, he's on his 30-minute lunch break at work, and he's working till 12:30 today. Yuck. Not fun. Do not envy you one bit having to work that late. And Don says, don't worry, other Don. YouTube hates me. Everyone just talking back, saying hi to Kenneth and so forth. Donnie says, I don't care about the numbers, but arguing about them is fun. I'm sure it is. And the answer to the question is of what is the name of the Lego robotics line introduced in 1999? It is Mindstorms. So, all right. Get here on 271. So we can get this going. Goes like that. Goes like that. Come on. Come on, go. Come on. There we go. Didn't want to snap in place. It goes there. Nice. And there we go. And we shall get the other side done. Come on. Get on there. Get all those put on there. And we'll take our 2 extra pieces and put them in their little bucket. Oh. Right, you see here, starting bag 11. Why does that keep changing? Showing the answers and they disappear. Yep. So that's done. Get this guy open. So the next trivia question. What is the name of Lego's line for customizable prosthetic limbs? That's an interesting question. That is a very interesting question. Step 273 is done. Make sure I got the right piece. There should be a 4-piece gray. At least it looks gray. And I'm not seeing it. Oh, there it is, right in front of my eyes. I'm going blind. Railing piece, railing piece. All right, where's this dang curved piece that I need? Right there. Jeez. That goes there. There's the second one. And we put you just like that in the center. Sub-assembly done. Let's see. There's that. The ship's wheel. And the top. Gray. That ain't right. That ain't right. Oh, duh. This goes on there. Then that goes on there. And where's the second piece? Pay attention to orientation. Gray piece, arched piece has to be in between the wheel and the piece I just attached it to. That piece. There we go. Gonna be hard to show you, but turn the ship's wheel and the rudder turns. Nice. So we check that. Round piece. And there's a second one of these guys hiding somewhere. There he is. Get that. And there's one of those. I need two of those with a single stud on top. Nice. And build some of the railing. And I've hit that curved piece a number of times, and now, of course, I can't find it. So 12 of the grays here to build the little spindles for the railing. Three, 4, 5, and 6. And they go on each of the studs on the front railing here. Butterfingers. Here is the last. So that is step 275 done. Got a nice railing built. That goes up front here. Now I need to turn this puppy around a little bit so I can see the back. Looks like it goes right there. Starting to build the captain's quarters. Three. Croissant, everyone? Anyone want a croissant? Didn't realize pirates ate croissants. Goblet. Getting into the little bit of a fun part here, building these neat little trinkets and such that you get on the piece. Come on. That. We'll get that. Got our benches. Oop. I forgot a piece. Now we'll put the benches back on. There we go. Goes out at the very end in the center. Ooh, building some candlesticks. I'll be interested to see how they light these when the light set comes in. They do have the flickering lights, so that'll be interesting. Got 5 of these to build. I got 3 done so far. That's interesting. They say 5. Yep, no, there is 5, but there must be an extra flame, not an extra candle. Just an extra flame piece. So I'll put that in the extras box. Cool looking little candles. Look really nice when they're lit up. Be really cool. $279. It's done. Building a stack of maps. sure they're all turned just a little different. There we go. Top one might be turned just a little too much. There's that. There we go. Might have to be adjusted once it's done. But we shall see. So that is step 280 complete. Two barrels. Let's see, another clear goblet. Dead fish in a barrel. Some cool little accent pieces. So let's see. Where the heck was I? Everyone talking about mines. Let's see. Kind of says he's got his Lego replica of the Millennium Falcon UCS. Yeah, that came in the mail today. Nice. That'll be a fun build. Howard says bag 11 is a fun one. Yes, it is. Buck's going to steal Dawn's numbers. Love how those last parts in bag 10. Not quite understanding what you mean there, Howard. Chat of Minds. Don says it's Seth MacFarlane Prosthetics. Buck says the $6 million Lego. Howard says it's IKO. His phone keeps wanting to change the answer. Don says your phone is haunted, Howard. Steven saying hey to Buck. Buck saying hey to Steven. Tim says maybe I need to poke myself in the eye and build it by starlight. It's just trying to spell IKO. It wanted to change it to OWL. Well, understandable. And Howard says he saw a lady that had a leg made out of Lego. I wouldn't be surprised. They are a pretty sturdy product, so not surprised one bit. Let's see. Don says maybe the alien spoofer got a hold of your phone. Howard says maybe he's the spoofer. No, not really, but it'd be fun. And Buck wants to know, did Alec get spoofed again? Don't know. Haven't heard from him. And Don says, who cares? LOL. Buck says it's over there. And Howard says, Lego food pieces. They're making me hungry, Keith. I won't eat them. You could lick them. Just don't eat them. And Stephen Haynes says, no, it's over here. Don says, right next to the thingamabob. Near the whatchamacallit. And Tim says, I caught myself a bumblebee. Won't my mommy be proud of me? Yeah, she'd be really proud of you. And thank you, Stephen. He says this build is going very well. I appreciate the comments. Thank you. And Don wanted to know if the bumblebee Tim got turned into a Camaro. Buck says, gobble it. Gobble it? Gobble what? And Tim says, nope, it's just a baby bumblebee. And Donnie wants to know, is Jack going to jump over the candlesticks? He might. Might burn his britches if the flame's too high. Don says, it doesn't need stinking lights. Yes, it does, and it's going to get lights. Donnie will be proud it'll be finished then. And Howard says, I like how they did the deck on the end of the Pac-10 where they bring there to bring the steps up to the upper deck. Yes, it is very interesting how they engineered this stuff. Just seeing that is amazing to see how they engineered to get the shapes and all that fun stuff, especially with the angles and some of the curves. It is very interesting. So we're getting towards the end here of pack 11. So it won't be too much longer. Going to be a little shorter than the others have been. Okay, there we go. That's what I forgot I did. Knew it wasn't right because this piece was longer than what it should have. What it should have been. So right at the cross piece there. We're done. Hide that. Don't need that up there anymore. And let's see here. Almost done. But I don't want to go. But I don't want to. But I guess I'm going to have to. Howard says it's easier to take the barrels off to get that piece fitted. There we go. And that finishes pack 11. And officially puts us halfway through this build. At least to the numbered bags. There's a total of 22. We're through 11 of them. So we're making pretty good progress. Got the captain's quarters built. The interior of it, at least. Got the ship's wheel, the rudder built. The actually works. Nice little feature that they added to the functionality. And as I stated earlier, I didn't do anything to the cannon port covers, and they work just fine now. I don't know what it was last week, Howard. I didn't touch any of them, but they work fine. So let me catch up on comments. Don says, don't listen to Don. He doesn't. Donnie says, not Don. Donnie says, don't listen to Don. He doesn't know any better. Lights are right. And Don just he. Jody echoing Donnie, lights are right. Lights are right. Don says, gotta poke the bear. And Tim says, please, Mr. Custer, I don't want to go. Howard says, damn, that's looking good. Yes, it is. I am loving this. It's getting some nice little heft to it. Not super heavy, but it's getting some good heft to it. I'm having fun building this, even with my mistakes. And actually, I'm going to put Cotton up here for now so he doesn't get lost with Tori. I'll put Jody and Tori up on the ship's deck. Don't want to leave them behind. Helen says, okay, guys, hit that like button. Also, have a good night. You are appreciated for watching. My sales pitch person over there. Don says he liked it twice. Howard says, yeah, next time it's finishing the other gun ports and sides. Donnie says, that's looking sweet. And I have no freaking clue what Tim's saying. I think he's smelling some burnt toast. Don't know for sure, but a little bit better stream this week. Didn't have any people coming in and causing a ruckus and me not catching it soon enough, but hope everyone had fun. I enjoyed it. Enjoy hanging out with you folks and chatting. You guys watching this is these me build this is come on, get back on there. Oops. I broke it at it. I broke it at it. Not good. I broke it at it. Oops. Yep, I broke. There we go. And there we go. I I fixed it. Tim says, by watching you, I'll know what to do when I get mine. Donnie says, it's okay. It's Lego. It'll go back. Never broke your toys? Oh, I broke several toys. And Donnie's saying, oh, look at that shiny #1 I got, Dawn. Dawn says, nothing some glue can't fix. True that. Should be okay. We're good. Dawn says, piss off, other Dawn, LOL. So, all right, folks. Again, I appreciate everyone joining, watching this, hanging out with me for an hour and 45 minutes. And been a good time. Got to, like I said, got the captain's quarters done. Got the quarterdeck done. Ship's wheel done. The rudder built. And a functional wheel at that. So, with that, again, thank you very much. I'll be here again next week, same time, 7 p.m. Let's see, tomorrow night we have Woody Wednesday at 7 p.m. Eastern. There are 4 of us. We are doing a group build of the Istanbul tram, and we have one other person that shows up. He will be working on something, not quite sure what. Probably his Constitution or his longboat. Thursday we have Jordan from Aligning the Stars. He live streams at 8 p.m. Eastern. Not sure what he's building. He tends to flip-flop, so I'm not even going to guess. If you join us Friday evening at 9 p.m. Eastern, we have the HTM group stream. A bunch of us just get on and stream for who knows how long, at least 3 to 4 hours. So that's on Friday. Everything's getting built. There's wood, book nooks, partworks, regular plastic models, wood models, who knows. So that's Friday evening at 9 p.m. Eastern. Saturday, I believe, I don't know if Jody is going to be streaming or not. Jody doesn't have a set schedule, but I know he had tried streaming at 6 p.m. Eastern on Saturday evening for the Trek Mods channel. And at 9 p.m. Eastern, we have Andrew of Canadian Starships. He streams on Saturdays. It's been a while since he's been on due to family events, and also this past weekend was Canadian Thanksgiving. So he's been off for, almost a month. Or 3 weeks at least. So he should be back on Saturday, as long as everything works out. Then Sunday, we're back with the HTM group stream at 4 p.m. Eastern. All is well there. Same type of format as Friday. Different people. Some people join on Sundays that can't make it on Friday, and people that are on Friday can't make Sunday. So all well and good. It's a fun time. Oh, and let's see. Nosy the Killer Rabbit's here. Hey, Nosy. Good to see you. Glad you stopped by. Unfortunately, I'm getting ready to wrap up. My time is off. Get ready for Buck at 9 p.m. He follows right after 9 p.m. Eastern. I believe he's still working on... No, he is building a not Lego Hogwarts castle, I believe is what it is. I don't recall off the top of my head. Let me go find out. Give me 1 second. Oh, he said, Buck says, yep. That's the Miniso Mock Hogwarts Castle. Bricks, but not Lego. That looks like a fun build he's doing. That's going to be a large build when it's completed. Going to take up lots of room. So, again, down in the description, you will find the schedule of the live streams for all the HTM members and the HTM group streams, as well as links to our Facebook and Discord channels. If you're not part of that group, join us on Discord. When you hit the new members, type in some information about yourself, what you like to build. That way we know you're a real person, not a bot. And one of the admins will let you in and admit you as a full member to our Discord channels. A lot of discussions going on there, lots of different channels to talk about. We have off-topic discussions, general chats, there's channels for wood building, miniature painting, all types of stuff going on. There's always some type of conversation happening. So again, thank you very much. If you enjoyed it tonight, if you're not subscribed to my channel, hit the subscribe button, hit the like button, and hit the bell icon to get notified anytime I post new content or schedule a live stream. Until next week, bicycle.